Alright guys, we're back. And we got ourselves a bottle of Baja Brewing Company's Avena Baja Stout. And so, this is one of the beers that I brought back from my Mexico travels. Hencho in Mexico, 6%. And does it give us anything else? Nope, not much else. So that's what you were looking at right there. Got the Baja Brewing up top. And I'll just grab the bottle opener from the brush display, crack it open. No, I do not have issues. Quit whenever I want. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, it kind of sits right at the medium body. This to me is an easy drinking stout. It's not overpowering. It's got a little bit of viscosity, but it's not a super thick, syrupy, chewy type of experience. It's still, rather light and drinkable. It does have a mellow, kind of like cocoa character to it, and then a little bit of like a medium coffee roast in the back. It's not bad at all. Alright, let's get into it. We got ourselves some Lisa's Natural Herbal Creations. And this is her Herb Infused Shaving Soap, the Platinum Formula. So this is brand new, the Platinum Formula. And this is her French Vanilla Oak scent. Now this is a beef tallow soap, 3 ounces for $10.75. So not bad. It is in a tin, if you're worried about that. Packaging was adequate, and it arrived without any dents. So there's that. The label is obviously basic. She has a higher luxury line of soaps, and then this is kind of like her budget line of soaps. So it comes wrapped in kind of like a paper wrapping there, kind of taped in the middle, and then as you open it, you can reveal the soap inside, and it has been stamped with her logo, Lisa's Natural Herbal Creations, and then of course the dragonfly. I scraped a little bit of soap off the backside to preserve that pretty cool, in my opinion, stamp that she puts on her soaps. I was thinking of dropping it into my bowl and just lathering right off the puck, but I'm not very good at that, in all honesty, so I didn't do it. Anyways, we do got it all lathered up right here in my Lancaster Razorworks bowl. Got a nice hefty looking lather, and I didn't load that heavy. We got a very nice looking lather here. It's kind of been sitting here for a few minutes, so you can see it's not quite as put together, but I give it a few whisks, and all of those all of those small bubble marks, they go right away. So that's just because it's been sitting out on the counter for a few minutes while I set up. All those small bubble marks, they go away. So let's get into it. Sorry if you can hear the air conditioner going off, but like I've been saying lately, it's too hot to not have it, so I'm gonna keep it going. So hopefully it's not a distraction. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the scent on this one. French Vanilla Oak. On the website, there was no additional information pertaining to the scent. It was, they talked a lot about what they sought to improve with the Platinum formula of their Herb Infused Shaving Soap. And so French Vanilla Oak is pretty much all we have to go off of. I will say this is a warm scent. It has some sweetness to it, leaning a little bit gourmand with that French vanilla. And I was kind of wondering if it's like French oak, French vanilla, or vanilla oak. Like what was going on here? And I think it is definitely French vanilla forward. with some woody oak notes to kind of keep it from being like too cloyingly sweet and overbearing. So it's kind of like medium sweetness, a very nice warm sweet vanilla, and then we got some very nice little bit drier woods to bring it back in. And I will say I used less soap than I normally would because it's a hard puck. Not triple milled, but it's a hard puck of soap. It's a firm puck of soap. And I just kind of used a little bit less than I normally would with softer soaps. And it took a lot of water, and it ended up producing a very nice looking lather. Good looking density. I mean, not bad at all, in my opinion. It's got some nice density to it. It looks good. It's fragrant. I'd say it's like 6.5, 7. Bold and banging, approved right here. So far, so good. Lisa, I'm so far, so good. This is looking like a winner. I'm gonna be using my Wacker Chevalier, my Wacker Solingen Chevalier right there. You can see on the spine, and this is the French point razor. Now I believe her herb infused shaving soap was where Lisa first started. If you know otherwise, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was a few years back. Her herb infused shaving soap was her only shaving offering. She primarily made like handmade bath soaps and kind of essentials like that. And her only like shaving offering was more or less a post-shave elixir and the herb infused shaving soap. And I have like 2-3 days of growth, so we definitely got some work to do today. And that was decent. You gotta think a couple years back what shaving soaps looked like if you were around. And they were kind of high structure, low density. You basically could make a Santa Claus beard with very, very little amounts of soap. You get like a lot of volume on your face, but you didn't really have to use a whole lot of product. But the density was, really that luxurious density that we look for and enjoy today. It wasn't really as common back then. And then as well as a residual slickness, just wasn't really much of a priority back then. And it's a good time to like asterisk and caveat. We were getting BBS shaves, no irritation. Right, we were getting by just fine with these soaps that would be kind of looked at as inferior today. We were getting BBS shaves, no irritation with them. Just fine. No problems. So it's important to kind of humble yourself. Sometimes it's important to kind of use those older products just to kind of remember that they got the job done then, and they can still get the job done now. Does the stuff we have today work better? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Blows it out of the water. But it's important to remember that it's not necessary. It's all just kind of added luxury, adding to the luxurious experience of the shave. Because we got it done with inferior products back then. Anyways, so the earliest shaving soap I saw from Lisa's Natural Herbal creation was her herb infused shaving soap. And then they started making their luxury shaving soap was sheep's milk. And then they improved on that, and then they improved on that again. And the Herbal Infused shaving soap has pretty much just kind of like stayed there without getting as much attention as the premium offering. And I think Lisa, maybe she's at a point where her premium offering is up to snuff, and now she can kind of start focusing more on the Herbal Infused. And I'm glad she did, because at $10.75 for 3 ounces, that's not too bad. About $3 and some change per ounce, not too shabby. It's a harder soap, if that means anything to you. And so far it's performing pretty nicely. I mean, the lather looked good. Like, if I was going on looks alone, I would say this was a much more expensive soap than what it really is. If I have to go off my experience on that first pass, I would assume this is a much more expensive soap than it really is. Now, you could, take some points off if you're a fan of cool artwork on the label, and you're a fan of plastic tubs instead of tins. And these are all things that are personal preference, and, to each their own. But if we're talking about the merits of the quality of the soap, I think it's going to be pretty hard to deny that this shit is pretty good for pretty inexpensive. I mean, I got lather for days. I did not load heavy. I'm not using a synthetic. I'm using a natural hair badger brush. Lather for days. It took a lot of water, and it didn't break down. It's not dissipating over the course of the shave as I talk and talk and talk. It's not falling apart on me. And the slickness on that first pass, no problems. Density, I mean, you could basically see the density. It has a nice weight on the face. And that luxurious density is something that I look for in the finest soaps. So it's very nice to see it here in a budget offering. Not bad at all. Definitely getting some enjoyment out of this. So yeah, I think this testing and improvement between Lisa and her husband, testing it out and tweaking it. Very good shit. Plenty of slickness, good residual. Not the best top-notch residual I've ever had, but there's enough residual to get the job done. It's definitely not a slouch. So not bad at all. You just see the density. That is what I'm talking about. Those whiskers are just suspended inside of that. Good looking lather. So that's what I like to see. I really didn't have any worries about the quality coming into this, because what she did with her her premium formula with sheep's milk, like, she came a long way with that. And I was really happy all the improvements she made. So I just kind of knew. I was like, whatever comes of the Herbal Infused shaving soap, I just know it's gonna be good. And Lisa, you didn't disappoint. Did not disappoint. Alright. So, kind of taking a little bit of time out of watching BBS.LIVE on Instagram. Their show's going on right now, but this was my time to get a shave, and so I had to put it on pause so I could do this. I did my mail call on my lunch break today. It has been so hard. I was waiting on one more package to come in, and it has been so hard knowing that I had Lisa's Natural Herbal Creations just sitting in my den waiting to be unboxed, and I wasn't going to do it until that last package came in so I could open them all at the same time. But yeah, when I got my nose on this one, big fan of the scent. Obviously, I like warmer scents, I like sweeter scents, I like gourmand scents, and this kind of has a little bit of all three of those things. So, definitely a good one for me. I don't think it's particularly complex, but what it does have is a good fragrance, so I ain't mad at that. Alright, let's get this remaining lather off the face. Kind of work it in a little bit. We need all the help we can get right now. We've been kind of hitting the booze a little bit heavy lately, so gotta kind of get some of that skin food wherever we can. Get a lot of rehydration wherever we can. Oh man, and that is a nice shave. Irritation free, close, very close. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I wouldn't say BBS, I definitely felt some spots, but it's a damn fine shave, and that's the name of the channel, so I'm not gonna push my luck. Oh shit, I might have just made it worse by pushing that dense ass lather down into my beard. That might have been a rookie mistake there. Let's try to get the bulk of this off. Like I said, surprisingly, got a huge lather for such a small load. That's what I like to see. 3-ounce tubs, perfectly sized. That is also what I like to see. If you've been around long enough, you've heard me get up on the soapbox and preach for smaller tubs. I've actually made a fair few speeches about tins as well. So Lisa's just basically killing it, in my opinion. Doing everything that I want to see in this wet shaving world. And with so many others going the other direction, I'm almost surprised to see her do it. But you know, she's not really in with the social media side of things. She's just in tune with her customers. She cranks out good product, and you really can't hate on that. Alright, let's get a little bit of aftershave going here. So, she doesn't have an aftershave splash. I wish she did. Lisa, if you watch this, really wish you had an aftershave splash. Preferably like a witch hazel base. It doesn't need to be alcohol, but I ain't mad if you want to do an alcohol splash. But it seems like my favorite alcohol, or my favorite aftershaves are witch hazel based. We're going to be using a non-alcohol aftershave from BBS.LIVE and Zingari Man, and this is the Duo Barrel Proof, and this one has a bourbon, predominantly sandalwood, and a little bit of oak wood, and that is a complementary scent. Definitely not the same. This one's heavy on the sandalwood, and it's definitely a different scent than French vanilla oak, but it's complementary, and I think it'll pair nicely for the rest of the evening. I'll get that residual on the forearms, and then when this kind of dries in just about a minute, I'm going to use a little bit of this Lisa's Natural Herbal Creations Post-Shave Elixir. This is basically a balm. Gives a lot of moisturizing properties, and you can see I've had it for a long time. It's been in various drawers and tubs and whatnot. So it's taken a beating, but I've had it for a long time. It is good stuff. Alright, that will conclude the shave. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had a good day. We're almost to the weekend, so hang in there. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you. I'll catch you on the next one.